2025, a world more connected than ever before, and yet still facing an old enemy: pollution. From the skies above to the oceans below, toxic footprints continue to threaten our health, our ecosystems, and our future. But what's really causing pollution in today's world? Is it just cars and factories, or something more? Stay with us as we break down the major causes of pollution in 2025 and what can actually be done about it. When you hear pollution, you probably think of smog, and for good reason. In 2025, air pollution remains the #1 environmental health risk globally, according to the WHO. But it's no longer just about tailpipes and smokestacks. Here's what's behind today's dirty air. Fossil fuels. Power plants, industrial zones, and even home heating still rely on coal, oil, and gas. Despite growth in renewables, fossil fuels still supply over 75% of global energy. Transportation. While electric vehicle sales have surged, they only make up about 20% of global car sales in 2025. Millions of diesel trucks and older cars continue to emit particulate matter and NOx gases. Wildfires. Fueled by climate change, wildfires have increased in frequency and size, especially in North America, Southern Europe, and Australia. They release massive amounts of CO2 and fine particulate matter, PM2.5. Industrial emissions. Many countries still lack strict air quality standards for heavy industry, allowing unchecked emissions. Important fact: air pollution causes about 7 million premature deaths per year. It's not just dirty, it's deadly. Next stop, the water we drink and swim in. In 2025, water pollution is both a humanitarian crisis and an ecological disaster. Here's why. Agricultural runoff. Excess fertilizers and pesticides from large-scale farming flow into rivers, creating dead zones in lakes and oceans, like the Gulf of Mexico. Industrial waste. Textile factories, mining operations, and chemical plants continue to discharge toxic waste into waterways, especially in developing countries with lax enforcement. Sewage and plastic waste. Billions of people still lack access to proper sanitation. Combined with poor waste management, it leads to contamination of freshwater sources. Microplastics. Found in everything from bottled water to deep-sea fish. They're everywhere, and they're getting into us. By the numbers, over 2 billion people lack access to safely managed drinking water in 2025. Let's talk about the elephant in the landfill: plastic. Single-use plastics, despite bans in many places, still dominate packaging. In 2025, over 400 million tons of plastic are produced every year, and only 9% is recycled. Fast fashion. Clothes made of synthetic fibers like polyester shed microplastics every time they're washed. The fashion industry is now one of the top 5 polluters worldwide. Ocean dumping and ghost gear. Discarded fishing nets and plastic waste continue to suffocate marine life. Every minute, a garbage truck's worth of plastic enters the ocean. Imagine that, 24/7. Pollution isn't always something you can touch, or even see. In 2025, noise and light pollution are rising, especially in urban areas. Light pollution. It affects more than just stargazing. Artificial light disrupts ecosystems, sleep cycles, and even migration patterns of birds and turtles. Noise pollution. Constant city noise from traffic, construction, and aircraft affects human mental health and even leads to hearing loss. These are often overlooked, but their impact is growing. Finally, let's look at some of the new threats in 2025. Electronic waste, e-waste. Smartphones, laptops, and batteries are being discarded at an alarming rate, over 60 million tons this year. Most are not recycled properly, leaking toxic chemicals. Chemical pollutants, PFAS, also known as forever chemicals, are now found in the blood of almost every human. They're linked to cancers, liver damage, and infertility. Nanoplastics, even smaller than microplastics, these tiny particles are now being studied for long-term health effects. Early signs are not promising. So where do we go from here? The causes of pollution in 2025 are complex and global, but that means so is the solution. Switch to renewable energy. Embrace low-emission transport, reduce plastic consumption, support green legislation. Speak up. Your voice matters. Whether you're an individual, a company, or a government, action is possible. And it's necessary. Because the real cost of pollution isn't just in dirty air or water. It's in lives, livelihoods, and lost futures. Thanks for watching. And remember, the fight for a cleaner planet starts with awareness. And that starts with you.